Hello, boys and girls. Come closer. I've got a tale to tell you. The tale of a young girl and the most incredible place. Have you got the time to hear it? Oh, you have? Oh, that's wonderful. Well, listen very carefully then, and I shall begin. A long, long time ago, in a land far, far away, there lived a little girl, and she lived with her parents in a small house on the edge of a very large city. Now, her parents didn't have a lot of money. There wasn't a lot to go around. Her father used to make a few coins working in a factory that made parts for cars. And her mother would walk to the edge of the city each day to pick fresh flowers and bring them back to the people to try and sell and make what little she could. But the people of this very large city were very busy in their grey suits and their grey buildings, and they really didn't have a lot of time for flowers. So there was not a lot to go around. So the little family used to share what little they had. And every night, the little girl's father would tell her the most incredible stories about the wonderful world around us. Each night, she would lay down her head and she would dream of the wonders and magic of the world. And she promised that one day she would get out of the very large city and she would go and see the whole world. One day, the most incredible thing happened. She awoke to the most fabulous scene. She heard the sounds of drums and trumpets and cries of delight. And as she looked out, she could see people everywhere doing the most incredible thing. People on top of people making pyramid shapes and sort of flip-flopping their bodies all around the streets. There were people with large shoes and red noses and really colourful hair, and they were throwing buckets of what looked like water but were actually bits of colourful paper. And right in the middle, there was a man with a long coat and a top hat, and he was introducing everyone in the loudest voice she had ever heard. "What's this?" cried the little girl. "Why, it's a circus. The circus has come to town," replied her father. A circus! And the little girl sat by her window and she stared out in wonder. That night, she did something she had never done before. She snuck out in the dead of night to go and find the circus. She managed to find it in the centre of the very large city, in the most colourful tent. And as she stole into the tent, she saw all the circus people practising all their amazing acts. And right in the middle, there was the man with the top hat. And as he spotted her, he smiled and said, "Come in, my dear, for I have a tale I'd like to tell you." And he told her of all the adventures of the circus, how they travelled round the world and brought joy and delight to every city. "Oh, I want to come. I want to join the circus," cried the little girl. "You can," said the man in the top hat, "but only if your parents agree." And with that, the little girl ran home immediately. Well, of course, her parents realised that if she wanted to see the world, this was a very good way she could do it. So her parents gave her permission to join the circus. And all the little girl's dreams came true. She learned all the ways of the circus, how to put up the tent and how to clean the trapeze. And she learnt how to give out all the tickets to the audience members. And she was a wonder with the candy floss. Now, as the years passed by, she saved up all her money and worked very, very hard until one day it was time for her to leave the circus and go and see all the wonderful things in the world her father had told her of. So she said her goodbyes and went on her way. She travelled the world for many, many years and saw the most incredible sights and places Until one day, she realised something. She realised as she travelled, she was actually very lonely. For travelling the world alone is all well and good, but she realised that she missed people. And she'd long since forgotten how to find the circus or how to get back to her very large city. So one night, cold and alone, she was wandering around these parts, and she was hungry because her money had long since ran out, and she was wondering where she would find her next meal. She wondered what she could do, when all of a sudden she saw a pathway of lights opening up before her very eyes. "What's this?" She cried to no one, but because there was no one there to hear her. And she got up and she followed the path of lights. As she got around the corner, she saw the most incredible thing. She saw a village, but this was not just any village. This was the most amazing village she'd ever seen. For to just look at this village would fill your heart with warmth. All the people of the village were eating and cooking together, and the children were singing, and the parents were laughing, and the sound of their voices just filled the air, and it felt like magic. And all the loneliness she had felt in her heart just melted away. Come, my dear," said one of the villagers. "All are welcome here." And with that, the little girl entered the village and realised she had finally found her home. Well, the years continued to move on, and she spent all her time spreading love, light, and kindness and learning the ways of the village, until one day she realised it was again time for her to move on, to go and see her parents one last time. But she couldn't bear to leave the entire village, and she decided that she would take a souvenir, something that would remind her of the light and warmth that the village had shown her. She took a candle. Now that candle has long since burned out, and many more years have passed by. But the old woman who was once that little girl is back to try and find the forgotten village. For you see, the little girl that was in my story is actually me. And I have been back trying to find the forgotten village for years and years, and I just can't find it anywhere. It's as though the moment I left it, it just disappeared. Well, friends, that is the end of my story. And I think I've given you all the information that you need. But there's one more thing. It is said that someday someone like you will go on a quest to find the forgotten village. Will you go for me? You will? Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, I don't know that much, but I do know that you're going to meet some friends along the way. And the next friend you'll meet is actually magic. And she won't speak to you unless you spread some magic into the world today. So will you say thank you to someone really loudly so that other people can hear and they'll be overjoyed? And that is the kind of magic we learnt about in the Forgotten Village. Well, good luck, friends. Good luck on your quest. Thank you for listening to my tale. Good luck and goodbye.
Well, hello there, boys and girls. Do gather round so I can see you all. Very good. Now, I can tell already that you've helped to spread magic by saying thank you to your grown-ups. Yes. In that case, I'd better introduce myself. My name is the Fairy Godmother, and I have just come back from a very important visit from helping my good friend Sleeping Beauty. She's been having some trouble getting up in the morning. She always finds it hard to wake from her slumbers. So, I went over and put a bit of magic in her bedroom, so now she'll wake in the morning with a sparkle and a smile. And let me tell you about my other friend, Snow White. She's been having some problems with those pesky mice. No matter how much Snow White cleans and tidies the house, in the middle of the night, those mischievous rodents mess everything up again. So, I went straight over and shook my wand, bippity-boppity-boo, and I used my magic to give the mice the power to speak. Well, it turns out the mice were doing it by accident when they were searching for some crumbs. So, now Snow leaves them out some delicious cheese, and the house stays practically perfect in every way. Plus, she made some new friends as well. Now, there's something you should know about fairy godmothers. There's more than one of us, and we are summoned by those with good hearts who need our help with a tricky problem. Take, for instance, my good friend, the Queen of Hearts. Somebody is always stealing all of her tarts. Was it you? No, I shan't believe it. You didn't gobble them all up. You're far too good and kind. Well, I went over to help figure out the problem, and I used my magic to reveal the thief. And what did I find? A poor boy who was cold and hungry, and the tarts were the only thing he could find to eat. So, I shook my wand again, bippity-boppity-boo. Just like that, the Queen found it in her heart to forgive the boy, and even gave him a home and a job shining shoes at the castle. Now he is warm and fed and will never go hungry again. So, as you can see, we fairy godmothers can solve any puzzling conundrums, but only for those who are pure of heart. Now, the quick-witted amongst you must now have realized if I'm here today, it's to help someone with a tough task. But who could that someone be? Who here is pure of heart? Why, it's you, of course. It seems you need my help with something. Indeed. So your challenge is to find the forgotten village. Well, yes, that is a complicated dilemma. But it just so happens I know a lot about the forgotten village, and so I can certainly help you on your way. Well, the first thing you should know about the forgotten village is it wasn't always forgotten. No. It used to be full of love and light and kindness, and it was famous, not just here, but all over the land. But one day, for reasons not known, all the love and light drained out of the village and it disappeared. It can't be seen on maps. You can't spot it from the sky. And it's said that not even Father Christmas can find the village. Imagine that. No Christmas joy or presents for any of the children of the village. Not even my magic can lead me there. We've been waiting for years for someone like you to come along and help return the love, light and kindness to the forgotten village. So, do you think you can help us find it? You do? Oh, wonderful. Well then, let me get you started with a little bit of help. On your quest, you'll meet some of my friends and some of my not-so-friends. Always be careful and keep pressing on. You'll have tasks to complete that will help you. And not only that, they'll help you help other people as well. Make sure you complete every task that is set to you. But your main task is to discover as many different ways of being kind as you possibly can. Now then, to help you keep track, each of my friends has one of these. Now this is a kindness measure. Your challenge is to fill it all the way up to the top, filled with light, so that you may light your way to the forgotten village. Right then, let's get you started. So, this is my kindness measure, but as you can see, it's completely empty with no light inside it. I need your help to start to fill up the first lights on my kindness measure. For you see, kindness is goodness, and where there is goodness, there is magic. Now, magic is everywhere if you know where to look. Magic is something that puts a smile on someone's face. Maybe it's a child helping an elderly person cross the street, or a friend helping their neighbour carrying in the shopping, or sharing your sweets with somebody who doesn't have any. Or maybe it's looking into a beautiful flower that puts a smile on your face. These are all little examples of magic that make someone happy. Your challenge to start to fill up the lights on my kindness measure is to have a look around you and see if you can find any little bits of magic. Anyone being kind or helpful, trying to brighten someone's day, or anything that you think is beautiful. So then, off you go, have a look around and tell me what you can see. You may just get this to light up. Did you find something? Oh, I knew you would. Very good. Well, shall we see if that lights up the kindness measure? I'll need you to count with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You've done it! Oh, how wonderful! It's all lit. Oh, well, you have truly started your quest now. I know that you are the right person for this task. With you at the helm, we may just find the village once and for all. Well then, you're ready to continue. Now, soon you'll meet another friend of mine who can help you on your way. But I know a secret about her. She will only talk to people that have given someone else a compliment today. Now, a compliment is a small piece of kindness that makes someone feel good about themselves. And making someone feel good about themselves is certainly a little bit of magic. So, before you meet my friend, turn to someone near you and give them a compliment. Well then, you're ready to go on your way. I must bid you farewell now and help another friend with yet another befuddling enigma. Good luck, adventurers. I just know that you can do it. Farewell, my friends.
Maybe a bit more blusher would help. Oh, liquid, no, always a red lip. Bold red lip, never hurt no one. I wish I still had Trini and Susanna's number. Oh, hello, you lot! Oh, aren't you absolutely gorgeous? Not like me. No matter what I do, I'll never be gorgeous. Oh, hang on. I was waiting for someone like you to come along, and I can see you've already given someone a compliment today, so I'll introduce myself. I'm the ugly sister. Have you heard of me? You have? I might not be gorgeous, but at least I'm famous. And my other sister, Cinderella. Everyone loves our Cinders. She's the one with the complicated pair of shoes. Terrible footballer. She keeps running away from the ball. She lives up in the old castle now. She married the prince and they're living happily ever after. We're good friends these days. She even bought me a lovely big house in Chelsea. I know. Can you believe it? House prices these days. Chelsea. We even went on a beach holiday last year together, me and Cinders. Tell you a secret though. She's a rubbish swimmer. It's because she wears glass flippers. And you'll never guess what? She's having another ball, and look what I got. A ticket to the ball. Everyone's gonna be there. Dick Whittington's going with his cat, who's absolutely gorgeous. And Snow White, you know she's gonna be the new judge on Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, it's because she's the fairest of them all. and a Puss in Boots is going. Oh, his fur is so lovely. And Aladdin's going to be there with his lamp. I'd love a rub on that. And Jasmine with her beautiful hair. And all the most handsomest men in the whole kingdom are going to be there. Thing is, I just can't bring myself to go. Everyone there's so gorgeous and I'm so ugly. Just look at my nose and my hair and my giant bottom. There's no use. I can't show my ugly face in front of all those beautiful people. I'm not gorgeous at all. Look at my nose. It's so big. Well, hang on. Bring your nose closer to me. Oh, your nose is absolutely gorgeous. And I suppose mine's a bit different, but it's unique and it's good to be different, isn't it? Oh my goodness. So now I quite like my nose. Oh, but I can't go to the ball. Just look at my hair. It's not shiny and beautiful like Jasmine's. And it looks like someone sicked up her Smurf. Oh, it's so ugly. Well, hang on. Your hair looks different to mine. It's styled differently, but it's still absolutely gorgeous. And just like our noses can be different, our hair can be different styles and colours too. So now I quite like my nose, and I think my hair is gorgeous. But there is one thing stopping me going from the ball, and it's behind me. My big, fat bottom. There's absolutely no way someone with a bum like mine can be gorgeous. Can you help me out with something? Can you turn around and wiggle your bottoms? Oh, I love it! I can see with my own eyes that all bums of different shapes and sizes can be gorgeous. I'm starting to feel something I've never felt before. Oh my goodness. What's going on? Help me! I feels gorgeous! And it feels great. You've helped me realise it doesn't matter what we look like at all, does it? It's what inside that counts. And if I feels gorgeous, then I am gorgeous. There's beauty in everyone and everything. I'm never going to forget that, and I hope you don't either. Right, I got to get ready for this ball. But before I go, I want to do something to help you in return. You're looking for the Forgotten Village, right? And to do that, you've got to collect kindness points. Shall we see if you've got another point on your kindness measure? Go on then. Shall we count together? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay, we did it! Oh, I'm so happy I can help you. Right, Aladdin's lamp ain't gonna rub itself, is it? So I really do have to go. But let me give you a little piece of advice, okay? You're over halfway through your quest now, but be warned, not everyone's as nice as me. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for villains. One of them's a magician. He'll turn you into a prawn cocktail, and that's just for starters. But seriously though, don't believe everything everyone tells you, all right? Listen careful, and you'll figure out the truth for yourselves. Okay, now I really must dash. Bye, friends. We're gonna make it a ball to remember. Go on, Aladdin. Woohoo!
We'll never win this game, for Rumpelstiltskin is my name. Well. Who do we have here? Some small, some tall, a family with cheer. Well, aren't you a treasure? To meet you like this brings me nothing but pleasure. And to meet me here on what fortune you fell, because now I have a story to tell. A very long time ago, in a land that no one from here would know, lived a miller and his precious daughter. So listen close, you know that you oughter. For this miller was greedy, and how he did lie, with his sights on the king, and the castle so high. So he went to the king, but what a lie he told. For my daughter, he said, can turn thread into gold. Now this old king himself was a fellow of greed, and he thought to himself, that's just what I need. For riches and cash I can't have enough. He'll bring her right here, and I'll keep her stuff. So he went to the miller with a wink and a grin. Fetch your girl to the castle, I'll let her in. So in came the girl, all worried and feared, and she looked at the king with his great hairy beard. Lock her in the stable. We'll see if she's able to turn thread into gold, as her father has told. But, the girl cried. Shh, her pa sighed. While the girl's heart was sinking, her father was thinking, while she's locked up tight, I'll drink in the castle and party all night. Meanwhile, back to the king in his golden throne room. Bring her a spinning wheel and a great big loom. Tonight you will turn that thread into gold, or off with your head, hear me, be told. So stuck with the thread in a room that was locked, the poor girl did cry and couldn't be stopped. She couldn't spin gold. What would she do? Who would help the poor girl? Well, let me tell you. For this story, you see, it's all about me. I crept into that room and I looked at the loom. Poor girl, I said, I can help with this thread. For you see, I was born to help those in trouble. You're needing my help and you're needing it double. You're saving my life. Oh, aren't you nice? That's true, but all things come with a price. A payment. Your necklace is all that I need. I'll help with the gold. I'll do the deed, for you see I am kind, and just you be sure. I'll help those in need. My heart is pure. Well, this tale goes on. The next night was the same, and I helped her again, for she wasn't to blame. But this time, you see, all I asked was a ring. For I'm so much kinder than that greedy old king. Do you recognize yet the story I tell? Have you heard it already? Have you heard the heart sell? Yes, you have, I can see. So what's it to be? If you've heard before of my fame, then all together shout out my name. Rumpelstiltskin! So you can see from my rhyme, which I tell all the time, that some people love lying, but it just leads to crying. Those you spoke to before, those friends that you saw, they've tricked you, you see. You'd be lost without me. That traveler's weaved this tale from the start. The village is nasty. It never had heart. I've been there, you know. Those people, they blow. They're not welcoming or kind. And keep this in mind, that they threw me out with a kick and a shout. Now who was next? Fairy godmother? Well, I'm vexed. She's tricked all you folk with each word that she spoke. Oh, she likes to have fun, and she's making you run all over the place in this wild goose chase. Don't do what she said. Trust me instead. As for that ugly sister, I would never have dissed her, except for the fact that she has no tact. She says that she's helping and calls you her friends. Did you ever think why? And to what ends? Why would she help you just out of nowhere? She hasn't a reason. Why should she care? So you now have a choice. Who to believe? Think carefully now, the right answer conceive, for there is only one to show you the right way. Believe all the others, or believe me today. So who is it to be? Me or the other three? The other 3? Really? Oh, no, 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 no! All right, fine. I was lying all along and they were telling the truth. All right? And I guess you knew just how to spot a lie, didn't you? Very good. All this kindness, all this figuring out the truth, I hate it. It's a horrible habit. And you know what? I wasn't even kind to that miller's daughter. No. I just wanted all of her riches for myself. All right, fine. Should we see if you've done enough to light up your kindness measure? Shall we? Well, it just so happens I've got one here that I made earlier. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, fine. Whatever. I don't even care. All right, well, you're nearly at the end. You're nearly at the Forgotten Village. And it looks like here comes your next friend.
I go left, and then I go right, I end up back here again. Oh, hello, how good to see you. I've been searching and searching for years and years, and I still can't find it. I'm searching for the Forgotten Village. You're searching for the Forgotten Village too, aren't you? Oh, I am all of a fluster, because no matter which way I turn, I end up back here, and I never find it. I think we need to work together to try and find the Forgotten Village. Now I have the final kindness measure here, and we need to fill it, all 4 points. Now you've met people along your way, and they had kindness measures too. And we need to take the magic you found from those and put it into here. Now the first person you met was the traveller. Now she set you on your way. And then you went and met the fairy godmother. And she taught you there was magic everywhere. So let's take the magic from there, put it into here, and see if we can get to the first point on the kindness measure. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, yes! Then you met the ugly sister. Oh, but you made her feel beautiful, didn't you? And you taught her that there was beauty everywhere. So let's see if we can take that piece of magic from there and put it into here. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, up to the second point. Oh, well done. And then you met Rumpelstiltskin. But you got him to tell the truth. That really is magic. So let's take that and put it in here and see if we can light the third point. On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yes! We're up to the third point. But there's still one more to go. Who could that be? Did you meet anyone else? Only me? Oh, that must mean that I must be the one to give you the point. I know exactly. I want you to promise to take away from here all that you've learned on your journey. That there is a little bit of magic in everything. There is beauty everywhere. And that always be truthful. But above all, be kind. And I want you to take that forward into your lives. I want you to tell everyone else, the people that couldn't be here today, I want them to learn this story. Beauty, truth, kindness, and a little bit of magic. Will you promise me? Good. So let's see if we can light the fourth point on the kindness monitor. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. We're up to the top. Well done. Oh, the kindness measure. It's vibrating. It's sending me all of a quiver. Oh, it's taking me somewhere. Oh, look. You found it. The Forgotten Village. I should have known. When the traveller took the candle out of the village. She took the light of the village with her. And with that, it extinguished. And it lay in darkness until you, my intrepid, kind-hearted explorers, found the magic to fill the kindness measure and relight the village. I must go now, but we thank you all, the companions, the people you met on your way. We will never forget you. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.